It's been a dramatic week here in Israel. The new massive bombing by Hamas on Ashkelon, on Sderot, on the neighboring towns of the Gaza Strip have raised a number of new questions and certainly a new reality here in Israel on 60 years of independence. As we reach the 60 years of independence celebrations, only a few months away, question number one is this the new reality? Does Israel today, 2008, as it goes to 60 years of independence, have to say to itself, we have to accept the reality that on 60 years of independence, Israeli children and Israeli civilians are still running to bomb shelters with only 50 seconds notice. Only yesterday, building was hit. Only yesterday, a kindergarten was nearly hit. We've had schools hit. We have towns such as Ashkelon and Sderot living in terror. Why is it allowed in 2008 a situation such as this? Yet the reality is a reality. And the reality is also very complicated because we've seen already a limited operation by the Israeli army targeting the missiles, and the day after another missile comes. One of the biggest problems is, as America knows, as many other countries know, is that an army facing a dedicated Islamic and a well-armed uprising has difficulty in defeating those guerrilla soldiers or guerrilla terrorists opposing it, and at the same time remaining a moral country. You see, one of the dilemmas which I have is, on the one hand, Hamas targets civilians, and on the other hand, Israel has to justify and think in larger terms about its the repercussions of its actions. For example, a big debate as we talk this morning in the parliament is, would Israel be guilty of war crimes if it targeted civilians? Yet on the other hand, what about the Hamas? Hamas is targeting and launching its missiles from civilian areas, using them as human shields. And that's one of the real dilemmas Israel's facing today, age 60.
When Hamas, the Iranian-backed Islamic terrorist movement, was elected as the Palestinian government in January 2006, Hamas's charter call for the eventual creation of an Islamic Republic in place of Israel remains a valid fact and an Islamic religious duty.
قبل أن تموت إسرائيل لابد من الذل والخزي لإسرائيل. إحنا قبل ما يموتوا إن شاء الله كل يوم سيرون خزيا وذلا.
Hamas government-backed terrorists launch relentless attacks of rockets and mortar shells at Israeli population centers in the western Negev and the city of Sderot from the Gaza Strip, wounding and killing innocent civilians.
באתי לצאת מהמקלחת, לא הספקתי לברוח. נפל עליי משהו על הראש וראיתי שחור, הכל שחור.
From 5 o'clock in the afternoon till about 1 o'clock in the morning, we were having every 20 minutes to half hour a Qassam missile attack. We're afraid. We're afraid. There's a trauma. It's hard to go outside. People aren't sleeping in their bedrooms.
פחד להיות פה. לא יודעת לאן ללכת.
אנחנו 7 שנים במלחמה, יום יום, דקה דקה, שעה שעה, יושנים, אוכלים את זה, מתקלחים עם זה, נושמים את זה.
אי אפשר לחיות ככה. אי אפשר לחיות ולחכות מתי נופל הקסאם ואיפה.
זה ממש הפך להיות רולטה. אני לא רוצה לבכות, למה אני רוצה להתגבר על הפחד הזה. בטח שאני מפחדת, אני מפחדת במיוחד על הבנות שלי.
وأنا أعتقد أن حماس كانت تدرك من حيث المبدأ أن إسرائيل سيكون لها رد فعل، وهي بذلك تحاول بشكل أو بآخر أن تقول ما قالته قبل لحظات بأن إسرائيل وفتح كليهما على حركة حماس، وهذا منافي تماما للحقيقة.
Prospects for peace in the region seem very frail in light of the
יכול למות כל רגע.
ילדים לא ישנים בלילה, יש לי פה שכנה ממש צמודה אליי. הילדים שלה לא ישנים.
כל היום רק עם כדור הרגעה. ואני לא יכולה לעשות שום דבר.
Question number two. was Israeli public relations. We saw yet again a disaster in public relations, where Deputy Defense Minister Vilnai says that Israel will cause a Holocaust towards the Palestinians, meaning that the Palestinians are bringing a disaster. Maybe just people just don't understand. Drop us a line. The third thing, and the third dilemma, is as follows. The third dilemma is, should Israel in the end talk to the Hamas? There's a growing discussion within Israel that Israel should, in the same way that it spoke to the PLO, talk to the Hamas. It took them like 15 years of taking kids and putting them next to the rocket launchers to protect those terrorists who are launching them. Yet Vilnai uses the word Holocaust, which, I mean, with all respect, Mr. Minister, didn't you understand what was going to be the repercussions? And we've had all week talk of Holocaust in the press. Age 60, perhaps we have to just conclude, I don't know, I want to hear your responses, that Israel just doesn't get public relations. When I heard that, I was thinking maybe we should just give up. It's for Israel to realize that it was going to talk to the PLO, and only with Oslo did it finally take place, and that we should talk to the Hamas today. Can Israel get to a ceasefire with the Hamas? Is Israel's belief that there is a partner for peace realistic? When Hamas says it wants a ceasefire, is it actually an excuse to rearm? We've seen that in the past. Is the Hamas and is the PLO what you can't compare the two? Hamas is a religious organization basing its belief on the Quran for the destruction of the state of Israel, whereas Fatah, whilst not moderate, is certainly pragmatic regarding its relation to Israel. Are we making another mistake, or those voices calling for talking to Hamas, are they making a similar mistake as the voices of the past who said we should talk to the PLO? I want you to write back. There are many questions. I've just raised 3. The new reality. Is it a new reality? Should we accept it? Do we have to say we can't really defeat a popular army? Second of all, what have the implications for the last week been on Israeli public relations? And have we basically got to the stage where we just have to say we don't know how to do public relations, we should just give up on it? And thirdly, should we talk to Hamas? Has the time come to talk to Hamas rather than continuing to kill each other? Write back. You can write back on the board below, and I look forward to your comments. Thanks very much.